very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on another episode or edition of the Breakdown Newspaper Review. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and it's the second day, the month of December 2021. I'm Olutayo Gwade. Welcome to your morning tonic. Chike is here.
All right, my name is Chike Ubogu. Good morning, dear listener. It's time for the Breakdown Newspaper Review on 32FM 94.9. Remember, you can watch us live on YouTube. 32FM 949 Ibadan. You can drop your comments there. We get to take your comments in the course of the program. With me this morning, I have the Punch newspaper, the Nation newspaper, and the Daily Post newspaper this morning. And we'll be joined later on by Dr. Olu Ojedokun on the show to make some sense from these headlines this morning. All right, starting with the Punch newspaper this morning. Bold headline, front page. Omicron. Canada bars Nigerians. Fear spreads as NCDC records 3 cases, with riders variants detected in 3 persons with travel history to South Africa, says NCDC. Contact tracing never effective. Variants already in circulation. Virologists. Africa accounts for only 43% of COVID-19 global fatalities. States. ECOWAS. Okay, we have more headlines here. Government bars unvaccinated civil servants. Military issues directive. Resign before December 18th. Fayemi tells appointees nursing governorship ambition. Lagos hoodlums hack NURTW boss at home. Shoot him dead in hospital. 6.9 billion naira fraud. Fayoshe's ally deposited 209 million naira cash for property, says witness. More headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning. Buhari jets off to Dubai for Fair Eyes investment windows. Popular Oyo Islamic cleric tackles army, demands whereabouts of arrested brother. Take it again. Popular Oyo Islamic cleric tackles army, demands whereabouts of arrested brother. Police fined 15 million naira for detaining 7 Boko Haram suspects without trial. Still from Punch newspaper this morning. Stop irresponsible publicity stunts. Reveal your sponsors. Presidency tells Serap. Stop irresponsible publicity stunts. Reveal your sponsors. Presidency tells Serap. Okay, $200 million needed to refit grounded Navy flagships. NNS Ardu, that's coming from Senate. $200 million needed to refit grounded Navy flagship. That's coming from the Senate. And still from the Punch newspaper, Senate panel faults Aviation Ministry over NG Nigeria Eagle operating license. Lastly, Ramaphosa alleges discrimination in South Africa. Others travel ban over Omicron. These are some headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, let me start off from Premium Times. And my first one, 29 dead, about 14% unaccounted for in Kano boat mishap. All right, that's from Premium Times. Family planning. Mother of 4 gives birth to quadruplets, cries for help. Cholera has killed more Nigerians than COVID-19 in 2021, NCDC. Omicron, don't panic, COVID-19 vaccine still effective. NCDC tells Nigerians. Still in Omicron, Canada extends travel ban to Nigeria to other African countries. Still from there, EFCC presents more evidence in Fayoshe's trial. How Nigeria can address its security challenges. Omoagege PIA reps to investigate NNPC's assets liabilities before transition to NNPC Limited. Nembe oil spill from IGL facility, worst I've seen. Governor Deary. NSAS panel will respond to inaccuracies, cover-ups and white paper. Official. Buhari meets Ramaphosa, reiterates Nigeria's commitment to special relationship with South Africa. Kano government rejects court judgment awarding 10 million naira to deposed MS Sanusi.
All right, moving still from the Punch newspaper, we have some of these headlines here. Sport Ministry plans 3 mini stadia for 90 million naira. Defamation of tales by Moonlight. That's coming from Lai Mohammed there. We have this one, 6.9 billion naira fraud. Fayoshe's associates deposited 209 million naira cash for property, says witness. Okay, we still have more here. Rivers property firm manager remanded for allegedly defrauding 1,000 clients. Woman 35 arrested in Nasarawa for attempting to sell kidnapped 3-year-old baby. Also have here, more headlines. Serial jailbreaks ploy to keep Kano in prison, alleges IPOB. Oni hasn't wronged my family, says Omolara's father. Oni of Ife hasn't wronged my family, says Omolara's father. Sanction CP, DSS boss, where kidnappers operate in Nigeria. This is coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria. We have here Akedolu inaugurates John Vent's 3 billion cocoa factory, laments rising costs. Okay, more here. CBN knocks banks for shunning e-naira. Navy arrests diesel smugglers, warns against fishing in Cameroon.
All right, from Daily Trust newspaper, COVID-19, Omicron, Buhari 10 ministers jet out of Dubai. How Kano officials locked up lawyer who inspired victory of Shekarao's APC faction. Britain's Johanna retires from tennis. Still from there, ISWAP abducts Borno government officials. Omicron travel ban, discriminatory. Ramaphosa hits Western leaders. Buhari heads for Dubai after receiving Ramaphosa. What Buhari said about COVID-19, during meeting with Ramaphosa, you can also find from Daily Trust. Let's see some more before we go to another paper. COVID-19. Okay, I took that already. Local content. Federal government saves 3.5 trillion naira on oil and gas projects. APC convention billed for the 6th of February. Troops want gunshot treatment captured in NHIS. COVID-19 certificate. Lawyers sue federal government over rights violation. Oil price may rise to $150 a barrel in 2023. JP Morgan. Sacking of Ganduje-backed APC ESCO raises dust in Kano. There won't be cabal under me as APC chair Mustafa. There won't be cabal under me as APC chair Mustafa. Direct primaries. CSO react to Buhari's letter to INEC chair. Say bill should be signed. And budget, Zafra proposes 160 billion naira for 2022.
All right, from the Daily Post this morning. Biafra, why Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer Ejiofor is angry over my visit to IPOB leader. That's coming from Oji Uzokalo. Okay, Ejiofor gives update on treasonable felony trial of Nnamdi Kanu as IPOB cancels seat at home. Adamawa HIV infection drops to 0.8% for men, 1.4% for women. That's coming from the ADSACA. Women journalists seek end to gender-based violence in Yobe State. More headlines here. We have here, Stop Crying Wolf. Answer to cases of financial crimes against you. Benue PDP to George Akume. Fearless Drink. Court dismisses Right Foods contempt suit against NBC. Court remands 2 over murder of 9-year-old in Rivers State. Lagos government reveals why army went to Lekki toll gate during NSAS protest. Abia lawmaker Thomas Nkoro cries out over extrajudicial killings in Obingwa West. We also have here EFCC arrests 18 suspected illegal oil bunkers in Port Harcourt. Lastly, from the Daily Post, NSAS, Lagos white paper, an attempt to whitewash the truth. That's coming from the YRC.
All right, we're going on a short break now. When we return, Dr. Jedekon is right here with us in the studio, and we go to the analysis. Good morning.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
Precious Cornerstone University, PCU, a faith-based institution located in the heart of the city of Ibadan, provides a student-friendly and enabling environment to fulfill your dreams. Precious Cornerstone University is a true pan-Nigerian university, currently with students from more than 22 states of the Federation. PCU is currently calling for admissions of new intakes, and with a minimum score of 120 in JAMB UTME with 5 O-level credits in English and mathematics alongside 3 other relevant subjects, you can enroll today in microbiology, mass communication, biochemistry, international relations, computer science, accounting, cybersecurity, economics, software engineering, business administration, physics with electronics, actuarial science, industrial chemistry, banking and finance, industrial mathematics, and more. Direct entry admission for all ND and HND holders is also ongoing, and students with lower mark than 120 can also register for JUPEB. Enroll online today at www.pcu.edu.ng and follow the procedure. Or you can visit the Precious Cornerstone University Campus 1 at Olaogun Odife Road, Ibadan, or call now 080-2739-5105 or 070-6426-3413. At Precious Cornerstone University, your place is here and your time is now.
Ilé ìjọsìn Christ Mass International Ministry lọ́lọ́run ti pàṣẹ kí ìpàdé àdúrà alágbára ńlá wáyé. Ìsọjí ọlọ́jọ́ mọ́kànlélógún níbi tí náà àdúrà ti máa jò lálálá àti orin ẹ̀mí. Tá a fi fọwọ́ Ọlọ́run kalẹ̀. Àkórí ìsọjí náà ni wọ́n wo ìmọ́lẹ̀ mọ́ wọn. Ojú kò sì tì wọ́n. Ọjọ́ kìíní sí ọjọ́ kọkànlélógún oṣù kejìlá ọdún tá a wà yìí ni o. Láti aago 5 àbọ̀ ìrọ̀lẹ́ sí 8 alẹ́ lójoojúmọ́. Lára àwọn tí ó kún Prophet Mayowa Moses Fèyídì ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ rèé o. Prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní, Prophet Ṣẹ́gun George, Prophet Paul A. Adenodi, Prophet Isaac Jayola, Prophet Augustine Ogene, Prophet Israel Olúwọlé Ezekiel, Apostle Elijah Olúwaṣọlá, Prophet R.O. Ìdòwú, Pastor Ṣẹ́gun Elijah àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ẹ̀mí láti bíkíbi. Ẹ̀wọ́n náà dé number 36 Babalọ́lá Òbísẹ̀sán Street off Ansarudeen Ọ̀sán-Sàmì Ìbàdàn 0807-730-9381. Wá ká gbàdúrà. Testimony ló máa tẹ̀lé lórúkọ Jésù.
ká tó bá ní rìnrìn àjò ó yẹ ká mọrúfẹ́ ẹni tá a fẹ́ bá rìnrìn àjò torí ká má bàa sọnù ká tó sọnù ìdí sì nìyí tí gbajúgbajà iléeṣẹ́ atọ́nisọ́nà tó mójúlẹ́jà bí agbanisíṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé ẹni tí ń wáṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ àwọn ni alábàáṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ pàtàkì pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group.
ní báyìí iléeṣẹ́ FMH International HR ti ṣèwádìí tó jinlẹ̀ wọ́n sì ti rí gbogbo ìṣòro lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan èyí tí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí tó fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ lókè òkun fojú winá ẹ̀.
ìdí gan sì rèé tí wọ́n fi ń ké sí gbogbo ẹni tí jì sọ́fì àwọn alágbèédá lórí ipa afẹ́ lọ sílùú èbó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tàbí ìwọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń gbèrò láti máa gbé tàbí ṣiṣẹ́ lókè òkun lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
wọ́n ti ṣetán láti ro ọ lágbára pẹ̀lú information tó nílò láti mú àlàrere rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn ọ̀fẹ́ ni ìmọ̀ràn àti ètò ìtọ́nisọ́nà yìí o tètè kàn sí FMH International HR báyìí ní 3rd and 9th floors Cocoa House Ìbàdàn.
telephone 081-000-56451 àti 081-155-14779.
Special Christmas moments are in finding that gift that you know is just perfect. And cross-country Christmas calls because your family deserves it.
Cheers!
They're in every sip of Coke, every laugh, every memory shared. And in wrapping the gifts once the kids go to bed. They're in decorating the tree for the very first time. And in the moments you thought about while hearing this rhyme. Christmas is special when we share it. Coca-Cola.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Break at Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9, the station where joy resides. We're still looking at the dailies this morning, and we shall be joined by Dr. Olu Ojedokun. Doctor, good morning, and it's good to have you once again.
I'll top of the day to you.
All right, let's pick up some headlines and let's make some sense out of it.
All right, let's take this first one here. Subsidy removal won't spike inflation, says World Bank. World Bank country director for Nigeria, yesterday spoke extensively on the planned removal of subsidy on petroleum motor spirits (PMS), lingering foreign exchange crisis, rising sovereign debt, and other macroeconomic issues, suggesting that the removal of subsidy may not remarkably cause a spike in inflation.
Well, I find that quite interesting. I find that puzzling. You increase petrol prices, goods are transported. Most of the goods are transported with trailers that use petrol or diesel to some certain extent. Traders rely on petrol. And so I can understand why we say that. Maybe his own argument is that, well, diesel is what most of this big industry uses. But what of the transport? What of those that convey in smaller vehicles? So I find it difficult to accept that. There will be inflation. There certainly will be. The question is, what's the government going to do about it? So I don't think we need lectures from the World Bank to tell us what's going to happen when the price of fuel doubles or triples, as the case might be.
All right, and we also have this one on oil price. Oil price may rise to $150 a barrel in 2023. JP Morgan, what is the implication of this?
Well,
all the conversation we've been having.
It's two-pronged. I mean, for us, of course, it means that if subsidy is not removed, the government is going to spend more on the landing cost. But it also means that more is going to come into our coffers if we're able to, of course, produce at the same rate and the same level that we're producing. Some would argue that in such sort of way it cancels each other out. But I would rather us have more in terms of what we get from the petroleum on the world market, even if we are paying more in landing costs, because apparently Dangote's refinery and some other refineries are coming on board, so that will reduce much more of the subsidies that we give to petroleum products.
Well, don't you think $150 per barrel, an increase in the oil price globally, would add to Nigeria's GDP?
No, it will. But you see, the problem we are, because if we didn't import petrol at all, refined products, we would have been absolutely completely fine. And that would have lifted us up. Until we are able to resolve the conundrum of subsidy, you understand? Each time it goes up there, this cost the government spent on landing costs also goes up. So yes, you're getting more that comes from abroad. You're getting more in terms of resources, but you're also giving out more in terms of your recurrent expenditure. So I think we need to find a way, and that's why the government is insistent that they remove subsidy. And they're insistent that this transitional measures they have is for 1 year. I still don't see sense in it, because I know in that 1 year it's going to be mayhem, economic mayhem. But I can see where the government is coming from.
All right, let's look at this headline from the Punch newspaper, front page. Omicron, Canada bars Nigerians. Fear spreads as NCDC records 3 cases, with these riders variants detected in 3 persons with travel history to South Africa, and contact tracing never effective. Variants already in circulation. Some source of worry, right?
Well, it's a source of worry, because particularly in Nigeria and some African countries where people haven't taken the vaccination. So, of course, it's a source of worry. But first and foremost, let us be very clear that this virus was found first in Europe before it got to South Africa. So I think it's wrong, to label it. Some people have labeled it in the West, South African variant. It's not a South African variant. It started in Europe first before it got to South Africa. And indeed, it's been found even in Glasgow, where the person had no travel history at all. So it's all over the world. And so banning some countries and so on and so forth, I don't think is the way forward. I think vaccination passport is the way forward. Encourage people to take vaccinations. That's the way we're going to get on top of this. The virus is already in many countries already. So banning people from going will only affect commerce and economic activity.
Is this not an attempt to label Africa bad?
I don't think it's an attempt. I think it is they're actually doing it.
No,
when label it us.
When you label it a South African
yes.
variant, is it not trying to paint Africa bad?
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying they're not trying to, they're doing it. You understand? So I'm going further than what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what they're actually doing. Anything associated with Africa, you understand, is bad, and not associated with Africa is good. I mean, it's something that has always been there. But you would have thought that in this century, 21st century as it were, they would have got over it. No, they haven't got over it at all. And that's why it's quite unfortunate that they labeled it initially a South African virus.
All right, Mr. President is out of the country. Yesterday, himself and about 10 ministers flew to Dubai for a particular conference. Though some say that should have just sent the trade minister one or two more, but he's out of the country.
Yes.
What do you say?
It's rather unfortunate. First and foremost, we have a crisis here, a financial crisis. And some might say, oh, that might not matter. But all these things matter because extra code and expenses that are associated with it. Then you must ask the question, is it essential for the president and 10 ministers to be in Dubai? Is it essential? Some will classify it to be a junket. Some will say they're going on a jolly from that point of view. I said that the trade minister, as has been suggested, or indeed the foreign affairs minister, would have been the right person to be there. We don't need all these officials or ministers, because when ministers travel, they don't travel light. You know, you don't just go as an individual. You go with many flunkies, they call them, from that point of view. So I think it's rather unfortunate. And I think President has set it on a few years ago when at every opportunity he travels. It doesn't do us well. It doesn't gain us much credence. And it's not resolving our economic conundrum that we have.
All right. From the Punch newspaper, going back to the vaccination of people, COVID-19, government barred unvaccinated civil servants yesterday, and the military issued a directive. And the federal government has threatened to sanction unvaccinated civil servants who returned home after they were barred from entering their offices on Wednesday. The technical lead of the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19, Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, who disclosed this in an interview with the Punch correspondent, said the adamant civil servants will be sanctioned according to the civil service rules. A headline there: government bars unvaccinated civil servants, military issues directive.
My own view is that if this vaccination is available, then everybody should be required to take it. But if it's not available, then that's the problem. So the question I must ask is it really available for all who need and desire and want to take it? You know, so it would be very unfair to sanction people if it's not readily available. I think taking the vaccination, or vaccine as we call it, I think is the right step. Because it enables, it reduces the spread, and it enables safety among workers and the health of the nation. Of course, economic activity can resume and continue. But as we know in Nigeria, you know, the vaccine is limited. It's not readily available to everybody.
All right, from the Nation newspaper this morning, there's this headline: NSAS report, Lagos government defends white paper. NSAS report, Lagos government defends white paper. Mixed reactions have continued to trail the Lagos government's white paper on the report of the NSAS Judicial Panel of Inquiry. Lagos State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice Moyosore Onigbaju, SAN, maintained that the report of the Lekki shooting was unreliable. But legal luminary Professor Paul Anaba, SAN, dismissed the controversy over the report as unnecessary, saying that government should be held accountable for the white paper. NSAS report, Lagos government defends the white paper.
First and foremost, let us distinguish what occurred on the 20th of October from what was presented in the report. Some would say that the gathering of information in the report, the evidence and everything that was put together was quite sloppy in some instances because of the inaccuracies, inconsistencies that were found, and that was never resolved. And if the government is presented with inconsistencies and inaccuracies, I think a responsible government, if it can't resolve it, will come on the side, will resolve it on the side of others. In what do I mean by that? So there are doubts as to whether people were killed or not. And if you can't resolve those doubts, it is fair for the government to resolve it and say, well, the killings didn't occur because we didn't have the evidence. I'm not suggesting that any of those things didn't happen. I'm just saying the evidence that was presented by the report, you understand, was not compelling, was not conclusive. And that's why we're in this position. But does this absolve the government from human rights abuses and from high-handed tactics that were deployed on that day? I don't think so. I think morally the government failed in its responsibilities to its citizens. But do we now compound this by exaggerating and say there were massacre when we don't have the evidence? That's where I stand. I know a lot of people will not support me and say, oh, but bring the evidence, you understand? Bring the names of the family members, the families they come from. Let's have these facts in the public domain. We don't have them.
Doctor,
and because we don't have them, we have a problem.
Doctor, if Lagos State government constituted a panel of inquiry,
yes,
and brought people together,
yes,
and it took them over a year, to come up with painstaking investigation, yes, and come up with a report, and then the same government says this report is invalid. How do you juxtapose this?
Well, I don't think the government says the report is invalid. It just says that it doesn't agree with the conclusions of the report. And even though it took a year I'm one of those who actually believe that there was some form of massacre that occurred. But having read the report and having seen some of the inconsistencies, you understand, the logic behind it, I'm one of those who say, well, they haven't proven the case. Yes, it may well have occurred, you understand. So the government has a responsibility when they set up a panel. If the panel has not been able to do its job painstakingly, you say painstakingly, but if they have not been able to do it logically, and if there are holes and there are gaps and there are leakages or whatever it is, then it is the responsibility of any government, you understand, to come out with a white paper establishing what seems to be reasonable under the circumstances. And I know a lot of people won't be happy with it, but we have to go by the evidence and we have to go by the facts presented. The evidence presented so far is not compelling enough to suggest that there was a massacre on that night.
What do you say about the steps being taken by the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu?
Well,
achieving peace, after all, the peace walk and some other things.
Oh, no, I think that's a laugh. I don't think a lot of people are going to buy that. For one, Sanwo-Olu cannot whitewash himself with a peace walk, because he himself, you understand, has some questions to answer. So I don't think that's going to resolve anything. But you must give him kudos at least. He's trying to mollify, and governments also must try to mollify its citizens from that point of view. But that peace walk isn't going nowhere.
All right, we'll move away from that particular story and go to Kano. Kano boat mishap. Death toll rises to 29. It's a state tragedy, says Ganduje. Approves 6 million naira relief materials to victims' relatives. The death toll in Tuesday's unfortunate boat mishap in Kano State has risen to 29, with victims, including children and women, traveling for a religious event. It's a sad one, Doctor.
Yeah, sad one. And of course, our commiserations are with the families, our thoughts, our prayers are with them. But we must investigate, the government must investigate what led to this. Was it overloading? Was it a mechanical fault? Was this a systems error? What exactly led to the accident? It's not enough for us to mourn. We must put in place steps to ensure that it doesn't happen again. And so often in Nigeria, we mourn, we say the prayers, but we go back to normal, and the same things that led to the accident continue to remain in place. So the government must go further than issuing commiserations and resolve the fundamental things that led to this accident.
All right, on our YouTube page, every discerning mind will definitely know that IMF won't stop our imperialistic tendency in Africa. If not, how could IMF say that withdrawal of fuel subsidy won't affect prices of goods? This is from Sikiru Giwa. Thank you. We got the particular one. Let's look at this other story here from Premium Times. Family planning. Mother of 4 gives birth to quadruplets. Cries for help.
Well, you know the way the world works. There are some people who are really searching and believing God, for the fruit of the womb. And yet, God has blessed this woman. Well, she may not see it as a blessing today, but she's blessed with quadruplet. I think the issue, of course, is economic, of course. How is she going to take care of it, of these children? How is she going to sustain it? But also, the question also is whether family planning, you understand, was really, really deployed. And the problem with family planning sometimes is that it might be 99%. It's not always 100%.
It fails.
Yes, it fails. Yes, you said it right. So, yes, whilst we congratulate the woman, I think the issue is the sustainability of that family in the long term. Hopefully, there will be something that either the government can do or the family members can do. But some will be very cynical and say, well, you laid your bed, so lie in it.
They need some help.
Well, still talking about women here. There's this headline from the Punch newspaper here. 12 Bayelsa women are arraigned for allegedly using juju to stop road construction. No fewer than 12 women from Agbobiri community in the southern Ijo local government area of Bayelsa State have been arraigned by the police for allegedly plotting to scuttle the ongoing construction of the Yenogwa Oporoma Road by the state government with juju charms. The accused women are, names mentioned there, is said to be carrying out a demonstration demanding that the road should pass through their community to give residents a sense of belonging. This is according to the paper here, that the women are carrying out a demonstration demanding that the road should pass through their community to give residents a sense of belonging. However, they've been arrested and arraigned for allegedly using juju to stop road construction.
This is a laugh. This is a laugh. I think whoever did that doesn't have better things to do. First and foremost, they're guaranteed the right, freedom of protest, freedom of expression. They have the right to demonstrate. Then all this juju stuff that we're going on about, you understand? How is the court going to measure whether this juju was deployed, whether it was effective? I mean, I don't know really, because
as a lawyer,
evidence.
As a lawyer, is it permissible in court?
No, it won't be. You understand? Because it has to be empirical. And all this juju stuff that we talk about and so on and so forth. I mean, I'm not saying, Mr. Tayo says it exists, you understand? But really, I mean, are we really going to take this seriously, from that point of view?
Or maybe the law does not recognize,
No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. That's the problem.
That does not nullify, the existence.
Well, I mean, I know you're a man of your word and a man of truth. I can only go by what you say. But I personally have not seen this juju stuff.
So what do we do to those women?
No, those women should be discharged and acquitted. It's a waste of the court's time. It's a frivolous and vexatious action against them.
They were just asking for a sense of belonging. Construct a road leading to our community.
In fact, I would sue the government. I would sue those that are for malicious prosecution, you understand? Because I have the freedom, you understand, to protest. I have the freedom to demonstrate. The Constitution, Section 37, 36, 38 or thereabout, also protects my right to do that. So I think this is a waste of the court's time. We should be pursuing terrorists, bandits. Those are the people we should be prosecuting at this point in time.
Making policies that would help, that would then be beneficial to the people, the populace.
Yeah, I mean, having discussions with these people would have been a way better employment or deployment of government time and resources.
All right, there's this headline here. Lagos hoodlums hack NURTW boss at home, shoot him dead in hospital. The leader of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in Lagos State, Kunle Ajibade, has been murdered by suspected hoodlums in Ijesha-Tedo in the Surulere area of the state. Punch Metro gathered that the assailant stabbed the 28-year-old at his house and trailed him to a hospital where he was receiving treatment. They were said to have shot him multiple times. Okay, headline: Lagos hoodlums hack NURTW boss at home, shoot him dead in hospital. Where are morals?
Well, I don't know, but these transport people, there's always been sporadic violence, and I hope this is not going to escalate. First and foremost, of course, the family have our thoughts and our prayers. But what's going on exactly? Why violence? Why killings? And they trailed this guy, which means that it was premeditated, vicious, you understand, and intentional. And I just hope that the people, we hope that the people who are behind it, are arrested, apprehended. But we can only hope, because a lot of times people get away with it. And it's this impunity that allows them to continue to perpetrate such crimes in broad daylight, some might say.
Okay, how Nigeria can address its security challenges. Somoagege, that's from Premium Times. Nigeria's security challenges can be efficiently addressed if a robust local government system is in place, the Deputy Senate President Ovie Moagege has said.
Well, I don't really take what the distinguished senator says that seriously. I mean, he was involved in breach of security some years ago, and nothing came out of it. I think it starts with personal responsibility. Of course, the local governments have a role to play, but more fundamentally, restructuring of our security architecture, our security apparatus, it must be the way forward. Presently, if we want security in our state or your state, we have to go to Abuja. It's really directed from Abuja. It's really shaped by Abuja. And I think when we have more local influence, like the Amotekun and so on and so forth, we will get better security, better policing arrangement, and better stability in our communities.
Okay, we'll go on a commercial break now. When we return, we'll take more headlines.
Babe, that girl dey use something. Which kind something be that? Check am now. See how she dey always dey smile.
I know wetin she dey use, and she dey use am 2 times a day.
Peruse be her secret.
ABZ na the secret. Close Up get antibacterial zinc. ABZ wey go give you 3 times more protection, 3 times more freshness, pass your normal toothpaste.
Chai! Everybody must hear am.
Yes, so. New Close Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the protection, triple the freshness.
Every kid is amazing at something. Make them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Make them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden
Amazing Day instant cereal. See, they're amazing.
Sharp matey. Abeg, give me my usual coffee plus 200 naira agege bread, fry 3 eggs, join and sharply.
Okay, Ogasa, for long time, I don't miss you.
Haba, I say my usual coffee. Which one be this now?
You don't tell when you come here, Oga. Now, Oya 3-1 coffee be this. Now, with all my big customer like you, they take now be this, just try them first, Oga.
See creamy taste, oh. And you say this one now,
Oya 3-1 coffee. You feel am, abi? I talk am now.
Don't go be JJC for better thing, Oya 3-1 coffee. Now coffee where they make from the finest level of coffee with milk plus sugar wey follow am come. Eat it for 25 grams sachet wey no cost at all. Now just 15 naira. Oya 3-1 coffee dey for that market and store wey near you wella. Oya 3-1 coffee. Coffee on the move always.
Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ nípasẹ̀ ìròyìn BBC ní Yorùbá. Nítorí kí o tó lè tayọ, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́. Ní ìmísí pẹ̀lú àwọn oríṣiríṣi ìròyìn láti ibi àti káàkiri àgbáyé. Nígbà tí o bá ní ìmọ̀ nípa ohun tó ń lọ ní àgbáyé, o lè ṣe ohunkóhun. Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ. Wá BBC News Yorùbá kàn.
Ṣé a bá ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé pẹ̀lú Super Picks wọ́n lè sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ géèmù mẹ́fà wọ́n sì jẹ $50 mílíọ̀nù wọ́n wá béèrè wípé.
gbọ́nà èyí ni màá ná.
àádẹ́ sọ fún wọn wípé ọ̀fẹ́ ni lójijì ìbéèrè wọn wá yí padà sí.
ṣé ohun tẹ́ ẹ sọ ni pé ọ̀fẹ́ bí ọ̀fẹ́ tàbí ọ̀fẹ́ bí ọ̀fẹ́.
tí Super Picks bá sọ pé ọ̀fẹ́ náà ni. sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ géèmù mẹ́ta ó sì lè jẹ $50 mílíọ̀nù ní gbogbo òpin ọ̀sẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rọrùn pẹ̀lú Super Picks. lọ sórí superpicks.com láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ìlànà àti àdéhùn wà ṣá o. Super Picks, ìwọ́ta àwa ó sanwó.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash.
Introducing a convenient, easy to use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Di ẹ̀dá tuntun, gbé ìgbé ayé tuntun nínú ọdún tuntun. Make your destination, catch your destiny. Become a permanent resident in Canada. Láti wá fẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sọ́lọ́run àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin oníbàárà wa. La ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ end of the year promo níléeṣẹ́ Online Dynamics láti fún ọ láǹfààní kó lè wọlé sí èyíkéyìí orílẹ̀-èdè tó wù ọ́ nínú ọdún tuntun 2022. Why not register for your visa process now for an eventful 2022 before December 17? Gbogbo ìrànwọ́ tó o nílò láti kàwé ṣiṣẹ́ kó o sì tún gbé lórílẹ̀‐èdè Canada, Europe tó fi mọ́ ìwé ìgbélú pẹ̀lú àti ṣiṣẹ́ ní United Kingdom àti United States ló wà nílẹ̀ fún ọ ní Online Dynamics láfi ní kó o forúkọ sílẹ̀ ní Online Dynamics kó tó di December 17 ọdún yìí kó o sì jẹ̀fà ìrẹsì àti chicken ọdún kàn sí Online Dynamics Limited lónìí lólùléeṣẹ́ wọn tó wà ní floor 4 Cocoa House Ìbàdàn tàbí lọ́fíìsì ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ number 25 Oyedoku Street Àgọ́wandé Òṣogbo. Online Dynamics lóníkà ṣọdún ayọ̀ chop rice chop chicken.
Welcome back. It's 32 FM 94.9 Breakdown newspaper review. In a bit, we open the phone lines. Let me just give out the lines now. 009 7000 949 0705 5949 009 7,949.
All right, let's take this headline before we go to the phone lines. Court finds police 15 million naira for unlawful detention of 7 persons accused of being insurgents. Okay, it says the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the Nigerian Police Force to pay a fine of 15 million naira over the unlawful detention of 7 suspects for 3 years without trial. The suspects were said to have been kept at the Special Anti-Robbery Squad South Detention Center in Abuja after they were arrested inside a market in Maiduguri over allegations of being insurgents. Headline: Court fines police 15 million naira for unlawful detention of 7 persons accused of being insurgents.
Deservedly so. I mean, because there's still fundamental human rights here. I mean, if you believe that people indeed are insurgents, you take them to court as speedily as soon as possible, not putting them there for 3 years in denial of their rights. I think the government, the courts have sent an unmistakable message to the government. Yes, we are fighting against terrorism. Yes, we are fighting against insurgency, but we must employ the rule of law. We must employ the instruments of the law. Otherwise, any of us could be picked up and labeled an insurgent and locked up.
Is he also part of the law to parade suspects before the media?
No, they shouldn't. I think it's illegal in my view. Lagos has outlawed it, and I think other states should outlaw it. The problem with it is that identification is a key thing in criminal law. And if you parade people and people have already seen them, when you get to court, you're identifying people that you've already seen. And a lot of times, what needs to happen is that the suspects, nobody sees them. So when you're describing the suspect, you understand, it matches the people that have been arrested. I think we should stop that archaic practice. It's not done anywhere in the world, most parts of the world. And I don't know why we do it. This is sensationalism, because the trial only begins after the person has been arraigned, not when the person is arrested.
All right, we'll still do it here, though. Even individuals now do it now, even on social media. We just unveil people just like that.
Yes, and I think it's a denial of those people's right to fair hearing, because obviously people become prejudiced. Once you've seen somebody bearded, you understand, with mustache, grey, spots of grey being circulated again and again, it sticks in your mind, doesn't it? It sticks in your mind.
Doctor, who are you describing? 07055500909 Hello, good morning. Okay, 07055500949 Those are the numbers to call.
Okay, or you suspend student whose parent unleashed hoodlums on teacher. This you find from Daily Times newspaper today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Go ahead.
Honestly, the bad governance in the country does not start from Muhammadu Buhari administration, but it is only escalated more than before. That is why we are calling this present administration to do the needful by restructure this country before 2023 election. This is the voice of the masses. I'm Abasha with my name. Good morning.
All right.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hello.
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 Thank you. Hello.
Yes.
I'm John Njoku. Thank you, Dr. Dedoku. I want to react to the NT'L report of Lagos State. I would have described it as politically motivated whatever. But for the fact that the suspicion alone is not enough to justify preferring a charge against a person, there must be evidence linking the suspect with the offense. Evidence of massacre is lacking in this report. Based on the report of the pathologist, a professor too, report from the pathologist is extremely necessary and cannot be ignored. I'm John Njoku. Thank you.
All right,
thank you, John Njoku.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Elijah from Coca-Cola.
All right.
As regard is traveling to Dubai by Mr. President and his entourage, that's to show that our leaders don't even bother about the situation of the country as per economy, because they should have reduced the cost of governance, and this part of the way you can reduce the cost of governance. You don't travel with this kind of entourage when the country is suffering from economy and inflation and what have you. I remember the late president of Tanzania, Magufuli. They were to go to United Nations meeting, General Assembly, and he said if they can only present about 2 or 3 persons to represent Tanzania, because what did they start to get? He's going with all the entourage that they used to go before. When he came to power, that's one of the reformation he brought to reduce the cost of governance in that country. I don't know why our own leader only speak. They cannot act. They don't want to talk.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
If you look at it, Doctor, most African leaders don't travel light.
Yes, most of them don't travel light, but I think in Southern Africa, particularly Malawi and those countries, Tanzania, they've learned a lesson or two. I think we should also learn from other parts of the world that we cannot, you understand, especially when we don't have the money, just be taking flunkies all over the world. To achieve what? There must be a strategic purpose, and there's no strategic purpose in taking these flunkies with them.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. We can hear you live and clear.
You see, my name is Adeshi Yamola from here.
All right, go ahead.
You see, I want to comment on the killing by the NURCW in Lagos. They shot him. He was taken to hospital, and they still kill him there and kill him there. You see, that's why I always tell people. I just said it in my house yesterday. That Nigeria is a place that according to the state by which if you are in Nigeria now, it's like you are not safe. It's when you escape from this country that you're going to escape in your life. Because Nigeria, it's not the same way that somebody will say that nothing will happen. Look at what happened in Adamawa. It's all this member of the union officers that they just kill somebody, whether with gas or whatever. Look at Lagos now. The bottom line is that the politicians, they are godfather. They are using them for election. When they kill anybody, they know that those ones they are in power, they will shoot them from arrest or from prosecution. In that country, I only tell you that Nigeria is an example of hellfire. That's the best of today.
Well, your thoughts there.
Well, I don't know whether he's been to hellfire before.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is a lady calling from you.
All right, let's have your thoughts.
I think on the issue of this fuel subsidy, the moment the president signed the PIB bill into law, we also know that the government will hand off the control of on the industry.
So, what are you now trying to say? Didn't we say? I mean, some of the clauses in that bill then before it was finally signed into law are not consistent. With the realities of this country,
No.
and this could be the aftermath of it.
Of course,
some of us know. I mean, we discussed around it, but hey.
Well, I think stubbornly they plowed along, and the problem was that this bill had been delayed for years, and some people just wanted the bill, whether it was a good bill or a realistic bill.
Do you think Nigerians should pay 300 naira per litre?
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Not in our present reality. Not with minimum wage being static. Not with salary levels being. It doesn't make sense. Whoever advocates it is living in cloud cuckoo land.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right, John.
To me, Africa, if they are yet to wake up and to see some organizations created by these white people, if they are yet to acknowledge it, that these organizations are there to make them to continue to be slaves to our Western world, it will never go out of it. And it is because we have yet to have a leaders in Africa that is sensitive enough to understand that this so-called World Bank, IMF, World Health Organization, they were not there to serve the purpose of Africa. They were there to serve the purpose of Western world. What am I saying? As World Bank or IMF has ever advised the Africa that make Africa to be better before, IMF said we should devalue our naira. It's affecting our economy. World Bank come out and said that we should also we will not have the inflation. But at the end of the day, we will have it. It's what we know, that the transport will high and every price of commodities in the market will also rise. So they were lying to us. Even what the doctor said there about this virus we are talking about, variant, is happening in Europe, and they now alluded it to Africa.
All right, 070550949, Kindly make your comments brief so you give others the opportunity to contribute.
Let me take this message on YouTube. There was no white paper in the first place. The panel that wrote the white paper only copied the paper Lai Mohammed read at his famous press conference in defense of what happened at Legitol Gate. That's Busuyi Adeyeye on YouTube. Thank you. For the 0097000. 9490705 5000
Doctor, okay, let's pick this call before you react to it. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Kiriki.
Okay.
I'm speaking from Ibadan.
Go ahead.
I don't blame the IMF for giving us all these conditions. One, in other countries where they don't have food,
They come to Nigeria, import food from us, they refine and come and sell to us and make gains from it. And they create employment for their people also in their country. But here, we have crude. And we refine and our local consumption. So we refine and we create jobs for teeming populations of unemployed people around us, our people that are unemployed. So we can employ all of them, and there are byproducts of petrochemicals too that we can turn to other things and export. But when we will be importing finished crude petroleum products to sell to our people, it will cost much because of the dollar, the foreign exchange. So it is our problem here.
All right, 070550949 Kindly make your comments brief so you give others the opportunity to contribute. Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Ola is my name. I want to quickly talk about the INT'L recommendation and the panel that was constituted in Lagos State.
All right, make it brief.
Maybe I did not hear the analysis clear concerning the outcome of the panel. What I want to ask is that if truly someone who knew that there was no massacre, why did he now implement those recommendations? He said that on every, I don't know when the justice happened, he said there will be so free on that place. If truly there was no massacre, why did he implement the recommendation? To me, we are only deceiving ourselves. This thing happened. There was massacre in that place. And those people that someone who put in place to share the panel, they were men of integrity. And he knew them and they came out with their own recommendations and someone who now love it. To me, I don't believe there was massacre on that night. That is my own contribution.
I think the key thing is that EU as such must prove. The problem we have is forensics. The problem we have is with the scientists. Nobody has been able to.
Hello, good morning.
Honestly, the issue of fuel subsidy in the country is a scam. Don't let us be deceiving ourselves. It's a scam. This is the point of the masses. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Chris Oboli.
All right. Go on, Chris.
From Oluguero.
Go ahead, Chris.
I want to speak on this refinery thing.
Go ahead.
Is Dangote no longer there? Dangote refinery not going to give us petrol again? They say when Dangote refinery is in order, that we don't need to bring the Dangote own even enough to serve Nigeria and other countries. Now they are still talking about landing costs. What is the problem? I can't understand Nigeria again. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. 070550949 08097,949. Those are the numbers to call this morning. You want to react to one or two from them?
No, I was just trying to say is that it's one thing for us to say that there was a massacre, you understand, or for us to know that there was a massacre. But when it comes to presenting the evidence, the proof of it, that's where we have a problem. They brought forensic scientists, they brought experts, and we've not been able to determine, you understand, where these bodies are, the shots that were fired, and so on and so forth. And that's the problem we have. So I'm not one of those who says nothing went amiss, but I'm saying the problem we have, and the problem the panel have, was that they were not able to square the dots or the circles, as the case might be. And of course, the white paper, you understand, cannot go outside that, from that point of view, and conjure evidence, even if they suspect the evidence exists.
All right, let's pick this last call before we leave the studio this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Make your comments brief.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Go ahead. We can hear you.
You see, I'm surprised about Governor somewhere in towards the end of Ambodin's tenure, he said something about Sanwo-Olu, and it's really manifesting itself now. Sanwo-Olu is not a complete man.
Okay, we just have to go now. We just have to go. Doctor, your final thoughts?
No, my final thoughts about it is that I believe people need justice. I believe people need equity, from that point of view. But justice and equity can only be established in this country with evidence. We don't have the evidence fully, and that's why we're where we are today in terms of the white paper.
So one would want to ask, what happened to the camera, the minister for...
yes. we don't know what happened to it.
It was asked recently, and,
Yes, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that these things didn't happen. I'm just saying that the evidence, we don't know what happened to it. We don't have the evidence. That's what I'm saying.
So would that have been the evidence?
Maybe, yes.
And it's missing, right?
Well, that appears to be the case. Presumed missing.
It's been an awesome time on the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. I am Chike Obogu, wishing you a very wonderful day ahead. Good morning.
Dr. Dedekun, thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
My name is Olutayo Ogunade. Have a great day, and bye for now.
In my journey through the world and over land and over sea, yes, this is beautiful, beautiful, noble,